WoW, World of Warcraft, Blizzard made an announcement, finally acknowledging Nostalrius. Like, straight up, I'll tell you, I was a fucking Nostalrius fan, okay? I played the game. That's me. I played the game. I never streamed it. I just genuinely played the game because I liked it. It was genuine like for the game. Like, I want to say I loved it. I loved it. It was literally me remembering the old days when I would sit down with my brother and we would play WoW together. It was really fun. But anyways, Blizzard made an announcement, and they said that Nostalrius won't be returning. Let's just say that straight up. Nostalrius won't be returning. I'm not sad at that. Nostalrius won't be returning, and I get it. It makes all sense. Blizzard is within their legal rights. I get that. It's really a complicated subject because when you talk about private servers, you think, it's all meant for the money. You start a private server. You guys have heard it all before. I don't need to explain it to you. I agree with JonTron. Like, that is genuinely a really good argument, a really good point. You have players that miss your old game. You have players that created the old game and allowed other players to play on it because they miss that old nostalgia. God damn. They miss those old times. And I'm not angry at Blizzard. They are within their legal rights. I will agree with that. It's their decision to shut down the server. But that's their statement, and I haven't seen Blizzard so out of touch with the player base in a long time. Well, I shouldn't say a long time. So back in MoP, I really got determined in this game because I actually had friends that played the game, and I really enjoyed it for the time being. It was Mista Pandaria. It's an okay idea. Come out with pandas. They created a lore around it. I'm not really mad at that. It's the game that is WoW, and it's the game that I love, and it's the game that all my friends played. Shit. Ugh. I did not. I did not have a very good childhood. This is going to be so hard for me to get through. My childhood it wasn't the worst. That's why I'm so sad. It's because these issues that I bring up, they may seem like small issues. Like, I'll listen to hip hop. I really enjoy hip hop. But they speak about times that were so much harder than mine. I don't know why I'm crying so much. They all talk about how they grew up on the street, you know? It's all that real stuff. It's all real. But I was a nerd as a kid. Blizzard released WoW back when I was really young. And so, you know, I couldn't play the game. I didn't have any money to buy the game. It was all this 10-day free trial stuff. It was all back during vanilla. And my brother always bought the game. He always played it. He really enjoyed it. It was his life. And so I just really wanted to have something like that. So I went to school, I was the nerd. I was always the kid that they would look at and be like... They would always yell at me, "You're a fucking nerd, kid. Like, get out, because you don't fit in. Never fit in. Never had a whole lot of friends, you know? So I would come home and I would play WoW. I would come home and I would play WoW. I would play WoW on my 10-day free trial that me and my brother set up because we just wanted to play and enjoy the game. And I always play with my brother because he was always so enthusiastic about it. And I just wanted to fit in somewhere. Nobody was ever my friend in school until 3rd grade. I'll give it that. But I always had trouble in school because none of the kids would talk to me. It was always me just... I would always be on my own. Now, I didn't really mind it because, like, I was a kid. I really didn't care too much that... You know, I didn't care too much that I was alone. I was... You know, eventually it will go away. It always gets better. But for me, it wasn't... For me, it was... I didn't grow up, like, in the project. I didn't grow up on the street. And so, I just grew up with no friends. And it's really sad that that's why I'm so sad that, you know, growing up having no friends and people have a lot worse. But to me, it mattered. And Blizzard was a way to escape that. To escape the reality. To escape the fact that I would go to school and people would make fun of me because I never fit in. I never did what they did. I would try to go over and make friends with the kids and like go over to their house and make friends with the kids, and that was all fine and stuff like that. And you know, it just never could I find a friend that played all the things I did and that actually like would say in school that they were my friend. Like it was always they would just, I would talk to them, they would find me somewhat funny, offensive humor wise, and then that would be it. And that was it. They just found me funny, so I'd sit next to them at the lunch table, and I thought they were my friends. I thought, you know, they're my friends because they find me funny and I enjoy talking to them and making these jokes about stupid things, about myself. I'm good at making a joke about myself, you know. It's like, the joke is that, you know, I didn't grow up in the projects. The joke is that I have all these problems, but I don't have a reason to have all these problems. But that's besides the point. I thought I had friends in school. You know, first and second grade wasn't too much fun because, like, in kindergarten I had a best friend, name was Kyler, but he got held back for some fucking reason. So he didn't go on. So I was basically all alone from then until third grade when I found someone who finally played a game that I played. But see, Blizzard was the way I got over that. Blizzard was the way I just didn't fuss about it. Because I could come home and talk to people online, make jokes. It's the same way like I found enjoyment in making jokes to my friends and stuff like that. But it was me, I mattered more in the old games. I mattered more to, you know, the community, to anybody who knew me. I always hung around like Goldshire, and I never really went anywhere else because I had a 10-day trial. All it was is me just standing there, and you know, the max level you get on a 10-day trial back in vanilla was like level 10. I mean, you can, if you really pushed yourself, you gotta understand I was a kid. I was not a kid. I'm still a kid, guys, but I was really young back then. So, talking to these people, you know, I'd make a joke, they'd laugh, they'd hang out, and they'd actually talk to me. It wasn't so much that I would make a joke and that shit. They would actually talk to me, and then I couldn't group up with anybody, but it was the idea that I was like playing with my brother. He would start a new character, and then of course me with the attention span of a fucking gnat, I would always get bored of the game, and I didn't find enjoyment until I found the community. In the beginning it was me and it was my brother, and we had great times. We enjoyed leveling. We would get to level 10 within the 10-day trial, and then my account would be deleted. And that's it. It wouldn't be deleted. It would be a starter edition account, whatever. But it's always connected me to someone. It always made me feel like I had a home. You know, I hate to bring this up because this seems like a real cliche, but it really mattered to me. It was like I would play on my computer downstairs while my parents would be upstairs arguing for whatever reason. They would just argue. They just literally be yelling at each other. And I was always afraid that they would get divorced. And so playing WoW took my mind off of that. Took my mind off of everything. It put me in this world where I had no problems. My only problem is, where do I go next to level up? You know, I had to explore for this world. And in real life, it was nothing like that. Because in this game, there were people. It wasn't like, if you're a kid, you go out in the woods and explore, and that's that, you know? That's the same kind of exploration in this game. But in real life, there's no people. You go in these giant forests, there's no people in the giant forests. You don't make any friends, and even if you do, there's a chance that they're a lot older than you, and it's kind of embarrassing to even talk to them, considering that one guy's 30 years old. Why the fuck is a 30-year-old in the forest? But one guy's 30 years old, and you're 11. You're not even 11. You're like 7, 8, 9, whatever age. But you're so young that you can't be talking to 30-year-olds. Stranger danger, you know? In this game, it didn't matter how old you were. You could just explore a forest, and there would be people in that forest, and you'd be like, what are you doing here? And they're just exploring, or they're doing this next quest, and they give me a suggestion to do this next quest, or I gotta admit, it didn't really develop my social skills. Let's be real, I didn't have social skills in real life, and I'm not gonna bring WoW social skills into real life, even though I find myself hilarious. There's a lot of offensive humor that I do that's like really, a lot of people would just instantly reject me. It's that kind of fear, but you know, WoW's been that game for me. So I found out Nostalrius was being shut down. Kind of hit me like really hard. Like, I didn't even know why. Like, it was some game I just casually played. I didn't really get into it big because I had school and all this other work. So when Nostalrius was like finally out, I told my friend who has also been playing WoW since he was so young, Cameron, and he was just so excited because he finally heard of this server and he's like, dang, it sounds really great. And then he logged on and he just instantly fell in love with it. And I had a legitimate real life friend that played the game I played. When I first started WoW, when I started back up WoW again, like Mr. Pandaria, that kind of thing, it was me in freshman year, and I had no friends, new school, I'm in the case program, so it's not even my middle school goes to that high school. So I have no friends besides the friends that I told to take case with me, which is like 3 friends. And 2 out of 3 actually went to the school. The third one went to a different school, and he was a transfer over every time he would have class for the 21st century program. But, they were just that. They were just, I still am friends with them. Like Camden, the guy you see at my house all the time, we've been friends since middle school, but he never got into WoW. So in high school, it was a different experience. 9th grade, finally talked to this guy that also was on my bus, which is really cool because I could talk to him in the morning before and after school. He's a grade older than me, a year older than me. So I could talk to him about all these things, and finally figured out he played WoW, and that's when we really became friends. We played WoW, and that developed our friendship. And I really didn't have any other friends within the school until he dropped out junior year, and I was kind of like, oh well, shit. He dropped out his junior year. I was a sophomore. And then the next year, this year, Corbin doesn't go to the school anymore. One of my friends from middle school. It's just all been downhill from when I started. So I met him, played Magic the Gathering, found a lot of friends within Magic the Gathering. That was something like, it was like almost as if WoW was put in a real life situation with cards, and my parents looked at the game and they Magic the Gathering was like a second WoW aspect versus I'm this character, I'm this personality in game. Hi, I talk to this guy, he sees my gear and he's like, oh wow, that's pretty cool, or oh wow, this guy needs a lot of fucking help. Magic the Gathering was like a second WoW, and I played it with my friend. That's where I met Cameron. That's where I met most of my friends now, actually, is that they all played Magic. Some of them still play Magic, but I don't play Magic anymore. It's too much of a money sink. Like, you gotta have money for Magic if you want to actually win. I can't enjoy a game if I'm not winning, guys. That's a huge pet peeve of mine. That's why I love FPSs, because you can win in those.